You are going along with the rest of this.
I tell you what, you sue all you want to.
We'll sue it.
I don't care if you
We're talking
sue.
about suing.
You don't know what Sam 20 says.
Oh, I saw it.
No,
You
you
guys
don't.
don't go by it at all.
Please quote this morning, because when you look, I'm gonna come up and say what it really says.
Well, we know what it really says because you didn't do anything by the 720.
You ain't done nothing about Sam 28.
Good morning. Test. Craig, are you watching, hearing? Test. Craig, you got this? Craig?
I'm gonna go with the guy who set it up for me. He's on the other end listening. If I go too loud, I'm gonna have a lot of, I just gotta figure this out.
Test. Good sound? Yeah, thanks, Craig. Craig, let me know.
You come with me with all my things, Mike. We'll do it like this. We need a mic.
Somebody leaves the board, they can't appoint somebody. The next election, they appoint. They gave it 3 years, but they can't do it. Because what the lawyer is not. How come I have so many personnel? That's what you're reading about. And then now they can do
How are you? You know, he's gonna probably sign it. Yeah. Probably They just came out.
Aaron, the doorway, Jane, you don't know what
It's a terrible thing to waste, I think.
just to cancel the meeting. Well, they would
your son either.
Because I thought you'd sign it.
He doesn't sign his jury and jurispress, you know? I mean, I can't, no, he never signed it in. He didn't think I was showing up.
Oh, you get one too? Oh.
No, not the way you're.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. How are you?
Maybe afterwards.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They've been sitting there for a long time.
We already.
Did you use this guy? Okay, you make it perfect.
I don't care what that is. Hey, how are you? Good.
Testing.
Everyone behave. Not staying. Get out now. Oh, yes, I'm not seeing them.
Testing.
I'm going to call this town hall to order. Calling the town hall to order. Everyone stand for a moment of silent meditation. Okay, we just have a couple of announcements before we get started with allowing you to come to the podium. We sent out 2 emails about the ballots. The ballots were at the printer in enough time, but I found out that the printer actually didn't take them to the post office until the 19th instead of the 18th, how it was supposed to be set up. So we've now had to postpone the annual meeting. We have to resend the ballots because they've become invalid when this happens. So everything's at the printer already with the dates changed and everything. And the new date for the annual meeting will be April 22nd. So the ballots have to be in by the 21st. I'm having
online voting set up to start on the 20th of March, because people should have their ballots by then. And it's unavoidable, and it is what it is. We want to let you know that we do have someone in mind for the general manager position. It's someone that works here already. He's already employed. He does live in here, but he already works here, so we're not going against that regulation. We had one person that we interviewed that actually had the LCAM license, and that she also has a realtor's license that she wasn't willing to give up. She also works for a huge corporation that rents. What they do really is rent apartments and condos, but they buy things to rent. And she wasn't willing to give that up as well. She said she was just going to do consulting for them to continue that. But that's a huge salary to give up when you're making $200,000 a year and you want to go down to $70,000. So I think that's probably the reason she wanted to continue to do that, to try to make it up. But that's just not something, we can't have somebody that has a realtor's license and is a broker like that. So we're waiting. It's going to be our code enforcement supervisor, George Roush. He's already gone through the pre-testing and everything for the LCAM license. He knows the bylaws. He knows the deed restrictions. He knows everything frontwards and forwards, sideways. So he has that advantage already. And we're just waiting for him to get a date for the LCAM. I mean, it's all pending if he passes the LCAM, of course. I mean, if he doesn't pass, then he doesn't get the position. But he's done well in all the pre-testing. I mean, we tried, we've been waiting. I mean, we're almost 2 years out for trying to get an LCAM to come into this area that apparently they think we live in the sticks. I don't know. They've probably never been to Brooksville. They don't know how much it's grown, but we can't get somebody to relocate from St. Pete, Tampa, Orlando, Ocala, anywhere to come and do this position, especially at what we want to pay or can pay. We were willing to even go up on that and try to find the money from somewhere to try to give somebody enticement, but we haven't been able to do it. So this is what we're left with. We know the importance of getting somebody in there that can actually do this, and that's what we're left with. I think that's the only announcements we have. We're going to finish the meeting that we had to quit last month. We will continue on March 18th. That was supposed to be the annual meeting. We'll continue that meeting because there's voting and things to be done. And then the annual meeting will be on April 22nd. So if you want to start, whoever wants to come up to the podium, the first person, you can start with the town hall procession.
Good morning. Thank you. Robin Napier, Unit 3. This is from Gail Metcalf. She has a question, and the question would be, deeded restrictions change regarding signs. Deeded restrictions are for the residents to follow. There is a violation attached. Why do we need the deed restriction? Is this for the signs of Brookridge Central? So the ones that are up front, you know, the group of signs. That was her first question.
Hello? Yes, that is what that's for.
Then she says, deed restrictions for no more rentals. Is this legal? All existing rentals must be grandfathered in because of the restriction. It does not exist. Please explain the reason for this.
It's because we have LLCs that have come in and bought up. We have somebody with 22 homes. They're all rented. We have another one. Hello? Hello? Okay. 16, and they are all rented. So we're now trying to, we can't make it so that they have to sell their units. We can't do that. So going from 5, because we have a lot of people in here that have 5 units, going down to 3, we're hoping that as time goes on, it will help us recoup where this does not end up being a rental property community.
Can the deed restriction possibly state that it would be for 3 or more rentals until it's brought to that limit so that it won't affect people that have 3 or under?
It doesn't affect anyone that already has 5 or 4 or 16 or whatever. It doesn't affect them at all. It's anybody new coming in. Like if one of those LLCs or somebody that owns 3 homes already wants to buy a 4th or a 5th or anything, that's who it affects.
Okay, that's on the 3. But isn't that amount that you guys are wanting to charge? Could it affect the ones that have just the 3 or less and just the ones who have more than? Because obviously it's a business that they're running. It's
Right.
not, it's almost impossible for us to have that many.
Okay, what do you mean how it would affect the 3? Because they're allowed to keep those 3.
Right, but whenever they change, like whenever the rental changes, can the 3 or less that they have
Yes.
not be affected by that?
No. Once it's a rental property, it can always be a rental property. They can sell it. They are allowed to sell it, but if it's been rented before, it can be rented again.
Now my questions. My question was on Val. Somebody had put the letter out that it was accepted, EXCEPTED, which means eliminated, okay, instead of accepted. So I make sure you weren't eliminating her.
No. It
She
was
resigned and you
accepted.
accepted.
Yes, we accepted it.
Thank you. I'm just a fool.
Yeah, no.
Lucille DeGuire, Unit 4. What was just said, I thought even back in 2018, people could only get up to 5 properties unless they find ways of putting other people's names on them.
That was true, and this board was not here at the time, and rules were not followed, and hence the 22 and the 16 and the 8 and the.
Okay, so from that point of view, this board and our attorney, are you doing anything about getting into that situation where they've gotten many more properties and nobody's done anything about it? Because every property that person owns, they have a vote.
True, that is true. We now are monitoring that. When someone buys a home, it also, one of the other things, they could buy the home and do the background check afterwards. Now they have to do the background check first, and that's how we monitor if it's an LLC, because the LLCs are all in the same name of the LLC. So, or the person, the resident that owns 4 homes or whatever, it's all in their name. They're the seller, so we know that we've got a list now of people that have more than 3 homes, in other words.
Okay, but what about people that have more than 5 homes, can you have some control of them being able?
Where they can't get a 6th home?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
I
got a
mean,
list.
No, but they can't rent more than 5 at a time or something like that. I'm just trying to find out what our lawyer.
No, they can rent, if they have 16 homes, they've been allowed to rent them. There's no way we can stop that.
Okay, because it was overlooked.
Correct.
Okay, the other question I have is, you're going to put out that we need to vote again. We're going to get a whole new roster.
Yes, the ballot envelope is going to be a different color. The ballot sheet will be a different color. In case there's anybody that sends in the old one, those will be eliminated.
And there'll be no changes. The wording will be the same. The
Yes.
people. Now,
There are actually a couple of the amendments where there's one place where it said Hernando because the lawyer drew these up. And he put Pasco County. He changed it to Hernando. There was a couple changes that we had noticed after this came out, but we had to get it to the printer. So he has changed those, but they're minor. It's just wording kind of things. It's not.
all right, I noticed those few errors. Now, if Val Stratton resigned, you're still going to have the 4, whether you vote for 3 or 2 or 1, all 4 will go in.
Yes, we chose to do that because we remember 2 years ago when there was no vote because there were 3 openings and three people coming in, how much turmoil it caused.
Okay,
And how it did, we had no, the attorney told us how to do the terms. This way, with votes, that will determine the terms. So we're doing it the way it's supposed to be done. We know it's extra expense, but that's fine.
well, the expense has to happen anyway if you want these other things to be voted on.
Exactly.
That would mean the person with the most votes gets 3 years and so forth and so on.
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct. Why is it so quiet in here? Nobody else? Come on, let's go. As long as it doesn't turn into what it turned in before.
Lindy Vost, Unit 4. What happened with the police thing for the people missing money and all that stuff? I haven't heard anything further on what's going on with that. We kept being told that it was still in process and that as soon as they finish
We have been told that we can move on to the audit, the forensic audit, that's going to be the next step.
Oh, so
We're getting this stuff together to try to accomplish that.
so it's still in process.
It's still in process, yes.
Okay. And also, I didn't know, did it become a rule that you couldn't live here and work here at the same time? I didn't know if that was a rule or not.
That did become a rule.
Oh, it did.
About,
Because I know a lot of people
it's over a year, but I can't remember exactly when.
Oh, how did it?
But I can look at that up.
How did it become a rule? Like, we didn't vote on it, right? Is that just something that you guys can vote on your own selves?
Yes, yeah, because
Oh.
it's not in the bylaw. I mean, it's not in any of the things that everyone
Oh,
has to
okay.
vote
I
on.
was kind of wondering.
It became a rule because of problems with people being let go and then them coming back and it was chaos. I'll
So-
use that word.
So can
So
more
we-
people apply that work here or no? Just
That live here, no.
yeah, that live no.
No.
Okay. Oh, all right. But
Anyone that lives here and is still working for us and doing a good job, yes, that's fine.
okay.
Everyone is,
I was just wondering-
our staffing is wonderful right now. They're all doing a great job and everything. So yeah, that's.
All right. Thank you.
Robin Napier, Unit 3. I'm confused. Jane, how can you guys do that? How can you say, if you're doing a good job, you can, but if you're not doing a good job, you can't? If you're not doing a good job and you live here, how can you change the rules like that? I don't get it.
What
It's
do you
either they
mean?
can or they can't. Well, you just said George. That's why I came up. George.
Because he already lives in here and he's been doing a wonderful job so
But
far.
you guys have a rule that no one living in here can work here. So
But he
how can you
already-
change it?
He already works here, just like Samantha already works here. And Fred already works here, and Steve lives here. And
So
they
you're
work here,
saying
but
it
they're
can-
working, they're doing
People
a,
can be promoted.
yes,
Promoted.
absolutely. If
There
they're,
you go. 'Cause
absolutely.
what it sounded like was.
Oh, okay. I got
Okay,
you.
that I just could
Oh,
not
okay.
understand that part
No,
of
no,
it.
no.
And I really like George. I think he's a nice guy. So good.
He does a good job. He's got an even keel temper, that's for sure.
Okay, Lucille DeGuire again, Unified. I need that clarified. If somebody lives here and they want to work here, are they allowed?
No,
And when did that change?
about a year and a half. I made a note to look that up because I can't off the top of my head remember when that was changed.
So you're saying people want to supplement their income and they've done it in the past, they've been given positions to work here, and they're usually the low end.
The ones that are working here are fine.
No, I'm not speaking about
Okay.
that. I'm speaking about that from now on, anybody that lives here is disallowed to ask for a position of work here. That gives
Correct.
them money.
That's correct.
And I'd
And
like
I mean,
to-
that's because it's been taken advantage of. There's been people that we've had to let go that believe they should never have been let go, and they have come here and made this grandstand kind of thing. And so we decided to avoid that. Typically, when you work somewhere, if you work in a company, when you're let go, you're walked out and you're gone. Now, if you live here, you're no longer with the company, you're still here. And so that's why we made that decision.
I'd like to have the exact information about when you made that decision.
I got a note to look that up.
Because there are people in here that have never applied, but at one point they've decided it would be good if they could supplement their income, and they're good people and they could work diligently. And yet they're blocked.
I agree. I was the biggest proponent for this. I'm the last one on the board to come to that other side. I always thought that somebody that lives here would be they'd be the best applicant, they'd be the best employee because it's their property. They're going to follow the rules. They're going to do the best job of anyone. But I was shown, as the years have gone on, I've been shown that that's not always true.
Not always true, but not 100%.
No, not 100%, no.
Okay, I'm looking forward to finding out who decided that, when they decided it, and whether it was
Well, it was a board decision,
Yes,
but
I'd like to know when that was done.
okay,
And who voted for it, and who abstained, and who didn't want it.
okay.
Thank you.
I will
Bye.
get that information to you. I got a marker.
Linda Walls, Unit 4. Isn't that a form of discrimination?
No. Not that we have, we talked to the attorneys before we made that decision, and no, that's not discrimination, because we're not discriminating on, if you're Black and you live in here, you can have a job, but if you're white, you can. We made it as a total unit. If we had picked and choose, then it would be discrimination.
Well, that's what, in my eyes, you have done, discriminated against the people that live in here.
Absolutely.
Because
everybody has their opinion. That's fine.
a lot of them need the extra income.
That's right.
You hire
that's
people
fine.
from the outside. They do not take pride in our community. You come up here sometime and look at the filth in this clubhouse. No sanitation. It's horrible. At least the people.
See, now, we've been told by other residents that it has been fine. Everything looks very clean. That's another opinion thing.
You go lift up a toilet seat, come up here every day and lift up a toilet seat and see how dirty it is. See how dirty it is behind the toilet.
I'm definitely going to bring it up. And
Our-
I'll look myself, but I
our
mean,
people
we've
took-
been
our
counting
people
on
took-
residents.
I'm trying to speak here.
Go ahead.
Our residents took pride in our facilities. I've come up here and the ones that have been hired from the outside are sitting around playing on their phones. At least the ones that lived in here were out working and doing something. Well,
They're on their phones,
most
they're
of them did.
waiting.
Well, they have breaks in between setups.
Yes.
You know, what are they supposed to do when there's nothing else to do if they've got everything clean? They can always find something to do up here. So
Susan, I love your comment.
I
I mean, but you were never on your phone, right?
And you said, I don't need you anymore. That's what you did.
yeah. So I think that needs to be relooked at by the board.
I like all the employees that we had in the past, but I love the employees we have now. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate you. I do. We got to stop nitpicking. One good employee, one bad employee. Hey, it all works out in the end.
Good morning. Is this mic on? Hello, I'm Karen, Unit 4. It was brought to my attention about the AEDs. How was that? Hello? Hear me now? Okay. It was brought to our attention about the AEDs, that there's one that's locked in the hallway under lock and key, and the one behind the pool monitor is all corroded and rusted. This is what we were told. It doesn't work from what we were told by a nurse that lives here. So she asked, because she's not be able to be here today, if we could find out. And the one that's under lock and key, by the time somebody gets it unlocked, brings it to the person that's laying on the ground, maybe it shouldn't be under lock and key. Right? Okay, that's all. If you could just look into that. Thank you.
Anyone else? It's going to be the shortest one ever. Let's go now. Come on. Okay.
Good morning. I'm Sandy Hoos from Unit 3. My first question is, are we ever going to have our treasury reports to come out every month so we have to see them, not just on the website, but we used to get them when we walked in here to the meetings, so we'd have them in our hands?
Yes,
Financial
for the
report?
regular meetings, yes.
A financial report?
Yes. I believe, Jerry, we have had that. We had it for the last meeting, but this is a town hall.
And we
didn't
used
do-
to have them in our news and views, so people
They-
could see them. Not everybody has the website.
Jerry,
Not
do you have a
everybody could go
microphone?
there.
They're on the website
I
now.
realize,
So.
but not everybody in this community
Okay.
gets on the website or has a phone or
Okay.
a computer. Not everybody does. It's the same with the emails. There's so many people, I think, that don't get the information.
So back in the news and views would be good.
I think
and-
so. I think they should be there every month.
Okay. Okay.
They always have been. I think it'd be nice to have them back there so everybody can have a
Okay.
chance to look at them.
Absolutely.
All right. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is the,
Yes. Oh, absolutely. That comes without
I don't
saying.
know. Can you hear me?
Yes. Well,
You can?
I can, but
No. It's on. It's on, but I'm not. Can you hear me now? Okay. This is a.
That's what I'm asking. It's up. Okay. Can everyone hear me now? And he's deaf. It's just a follow-up to your question.
Name and unit number.
Oh, I'm sorry, Linda Casal, Unit 6. It's a follow-up to the question about the investigation. You said it was going to go to a forensic. The sheriff's department doesn't have a forensic, do they? That's
Not,
outside company?
apparently not any longer. With their cutbacks, they've had cutbacks and they're no longer doing that.
So we hire
So we
someone?
have to hire someone and then give them the information, yes.
And has that search started yet? Not yet.
The putting together of the information, yes.
Okay.
One of the, something is closed in the QuickBooks, the QuickBooks
Mhm.
right now that they can't get into because they're finishing an audit.
Okay.
So as soon as that's released, they'd rather get it all at one time instead of, little
Makes
pieces.
sense. My other question is, I have not, and I might have missed it, but I have not heard anything lately about the back gate.
Huh, well,
I thought we were waiting.
the
for
community
county.
development had been working on it, but they had someone that was coming in to do the traffic study
Mhm.
so that we knew where the gate could be.
Mhm.
And that person, after they talked, and I mean, this was like something that went on for 8 months or something. We had the money from the community, from that front people. They gave us some money that was going to be used for that, to do some of this. And that company
Are you saying
reneged.
the
They decided they
developer-
weren't interested.
Jane, are you saying the developer, the money from the developer out front? Is that what you're
Yes.
trying to say?
Yeah, the developer, from the developer.
So,
And now that committee has disbanded.
right.
So we're going to have to get another committee together to work on the second gate.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I think the people in the back would disagree.
Yeah.
But
All right.
because we can't do everything. Maybe once we have George or someone being the general manager, and all that kind of stuff is off our plate, but
Okay, back again, Lucille Dwyer, 4. First of all, the sauna. I know there was a mess up there because something wasn't signed, so the end result, and you spoke about it, was that you had to renegotiate the price, and it wouldn't get here till April.
Correct.
Has anything been done about it?
the contract is with the attorney right now for him to look over, and then we'll sign it and we'll get it to them. And as far as I know right now, they have told me they are holding an April time for us.
Okay.
Yes.
And because of what was just said there, it seems, yes, the committee has resigned. I guess there's one more person that's supposed to resign. She didn't put her John Hancock on. But what I understood, because I spoke to one of the committee members, is that place in Tampa that was going to do that preliminary study, that it had already started.
They had already started?
Yeah. And she was telling me that they would let you know the result.
Okay, I have not been informed of that. I don't know if anyone else has been informed of that they actually started that, but I was never informed of that. So I can check into that,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm.
But Tracy or Steve, nobody has informed me of that.
Well,
I mean,
Who was the,
Catherine's the only one not here, so.
wasn't Catherine the liaison for that committee? Because she kicked me off of
Catherine.
that committee when she became president.
So that I don't know if it was her or Jerry, actually, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I know it wasn't, that I wasn't, and you weren't, but that's it. My name is in the book for the community development. Okay. That should have been changed, but I was kicked off too, just like Richard. So.
Also, can I interject something here? Last year at the annual meeting, from what David Henry, he was the president back then, from what he said, we were supposed to have a lawyer at the meeting. No lawyer from Becker ever showed up. Is that not true, Jane? Right. Now, I remember asking you.
This isn't on her topic, though.
Okay,
Is she finished?
I agree with him to continue. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
May I continue? All right. So I had asked you a week or so ago, why did Jerry and Val get the only 3-year terms but that's what you said David Henry said. And you said the attorney said the attorney wasn't here. Where is the paperwork that proves that they were both given, and what was the rationale? Because they had both been on boards before. None of the other people had been on boards before. So what was the fairness involved in that?
Have you approached Dave Henry with this? Because I really don't know.
Dave Henry is no longer on the board.
I know that, but he's the one that got the email.
You said you would look into
and I
it
did.
when David Henry came back. You would find the memo or whatever.
I don't have it because as you well know, when our emails got changed, we lost all that. Do you remember that?
There's no proof that Jerry Foster has a 3-year term. So when the election
I can certainly
should not
spend the money and call the lawyer and have him reiterate this.
I'm just saying.
Would you like me to call the lawyer and ask him to please reiterate?
I don't have the authority to call the lawyer. You know that. Thank you.
Robin Napier, Unit 3. Since I've been coming here, Richard, this is directed to you. You have always tried to bring disruption instead of help to our community when you get up there. We never seem to get help from you when is needed. Like in December, November, January, we were doing the budget mailings. Not once did I see you walk through that front door. Now, well, maybe he should resign. If he's that sick, I have no problem with you resigning. But you always want to fuss. You'll target something and then you'll just dig into the ground with it instead of saying, I want to be part of the help. I want to be part of making this a better place. But instead, every time your mouth opens, it's always to be against. Well, it's been how long since David Henry's been here? Now, all of a sudden, you want to bring David Henry into it and say, well, you were here, Jane. Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to put up with you doing that every time you come? You don't come and give us help. It's always, you want to tell us how many get well cards you get. You want to tell us about how you were never contacted. How about you contacting them? They're board members as well as you. Let's work together.
Well, okay, ma'am. I did not interrupt you. I let you do your speech there, which you have every right to. And I don't raise my voice when I'm up here, and I ask questions. All right, they are important questions because they have to do with the running of this place. This place should run correctly. It should run by rules. Okay. I don't need to shout and scream or anything else. I need to point out facts. We were told that our lawyer would be at the annual meeting last year and explain things. He never showed up. I wanted proof. Wouldn't you want proof if you were me, if you were a board member, as to why 2 random people would get 3-year terms without any explanation? I am not shouting. I am not screaming. I am pointing out a fact. Okay? If you guys want to yell and scream at me, please, by all means, do it. You're only showing how you are. I am just being a voice of reason. If you can't stand reason, I am so sorry. Thank you.
Richard, I get that you can use that calm and serene voice. I too could do that because I want the community to get better. But the only way it's going to get better is if you help make it better, not dig, not point fingers, because that's what you seem to do. And every time someone says something about you, it's always, well, he's sick. Well, I've been hearing that for over a year. I really want you to get better. But you can't get better if you're going to get up there and show up just to dig.
Okay, ma'am. Understand something. I'm the only one on this board who has saved this community over $300,000. Okay? So if you're thinking, wow, this guy's not doing anything for this board, I don't know where your mind is, because you can check back, and the moving of the money from Charter, which is the parent company of Spectrum, and, going through our auditor, Michael DeMars, and David Henry and the lawyer on that strategy to save that federal tax money. I've done everything I can to help this community. If you can't realize that, I feel so sorry for you, ma'am.
Barbara Turpinning, Unit 4. Thank you for bringing up that subject, because I need to reiterate for the board members, when they do something like moving that money from general funds to, or whatever, they need to do a statement, written statement to the general manager and the bookkeeper so that it is put in the books as to why that money was moved and for what reason. And this is on every transaction that is done by the community. Every CD that gets changed from one place to another, it needs to make sure that the bookkeeper is told what the transaction is going from there to there. It is your responsibility as a board member to do that. And obviously it was not done when the two of you gentlemen moved the funds. I have no objection to the funds being moved, but you cannot take credit for having us spend extra money for the accountant to try to figure out why people have done such transactions.
Okay, and how do you know that that was not done, ma'am?
Because the accountant
to be
couldn't find it
honest
on the
with you,
statement
it was
in the
all
QuickBooks.
set up. It was all set up with Edward Jones to have that money moved, okay? And it was done electronically to Cap City. Everything was followed.
No.
Okay.
You miss a step,
every
Richard.
statement
After Edward
and
Jones, you
everything-
have to come to the office.
Everything was done, and it was brought to the office. Everything was done
If it was, then the
correctly.
accountant would have
And
seen
I
what the
can't help-
transaction was
I
for.
can't help what happens when it gets to our bookkeeper, Vivian, at the time.
Oh.
I do not look over her shoulder, ma'am. So I don't know. We had QuickBooks going down more times than I've ever heard possible. And there was always excuses for those things. And I was never as a board member, even allowed to look at what Vivian was doing and how she was doing it, which I think was horrible.
Okay,
That
now
was
what I
true.
want to
That part
say,
is true.
what I want to say, Richard, is you're the one who moved it, but yet, if I recall, there was a meeting, Sandy Lewis, myself, Catherine, Jamie, and Jerry Foster, because we needed to figure out how we could pay for our money that we were so far behind on for the reserve. The money that you moved back and forth was the very money that we found to be able to pay, but it was in the wrong bucket. Okay? It was
Your
the
buckets
Spectrum
are
money.
made-
It was the
just went
Spectrum
into
money.
plain reserves. Your buckets are made however you want to make them. It comes out of the reserves. The reserves are a
The
complete
reserves are
amount of money.
monies set aside for specific reasons.
It went from
You guys moved
operating
money
to
that had
reserves
no,
at Capital
it had no
City,
tag mark
and
to
that
it.
can
If
be
it had a
verified
tag mark to it,
100%.
then we wouldn't have been able to take that out of reserve. It had no tag. It did not belong to any specific item. No line count. It was just
You
money
think every
moved
money
from
in
one to the
every
other
bank
back.
account, reserve or operating says exactly what
So
that
you
money is
did
to
not
be used
save us
for?
any money. You caused us grief as usual, and someone from us, the members, had to find it. And that's in the Suncoast newspaper. Thank you.
Good.
Follow-up question for Jerry. Is it now, it's now being very well labeled as Jamie goes through this, where money goes, what it's being used for, what it's intended for, all that thing, correct? Okay, I want to make sure. Thanks.
Al Blair, 4. When you were looking for a cam, all right, you said it has to be 70,000 and 5 years experience running a place this size. Does he have both of those? George?
He doesn't have 5 years here, but he does have 5 years of management, yes.
No. Is he
But
running
not
a
with the
place
cam
this big?
because-
And was he a cam at the time?
No,
Okay,
no.
so he doesn't have 5 years experience.
Absolutely, no.
So
Not under a
so
cam
we shouldn't
license,
be looking
no.
for that. And is he going to work for 70,000?
Yes, he's going to work.
And we're going to see his resume and everything
That's
else.
not what was mentioned at the meeting, Jane.
I'm not.
You're going to have to check that figure again. You're wrong on that figure. Okay, I just.
Well, we're not going to say exactly, but yes, that figure or under that
I wouldn't
figure,
mention
yes.
that figure.
But the 5 years experience working in a place like this, managing a place like this, he's got all that?
Not managing a place like this, but
Okay, so that's what you
managing.
were asking for when you were looking for
I
a
know.
cam.
And did we find
So
it?
why are we lowering ourselves?
We could, because we haven't been able to find what we were looking for.
Come up with more money. You just got to raise. We got to come up. You got to come up with more money to pay somebody that can run this place.
We would love
It's not
to.
being run
In
right
September,
now.
everybody gets a raise from $14 to $15 that we've got to cover. The $5 is gone.
So we're running out of money already?
Yes,
What-
absolutely.
What do we keep paying for that we're running out of money?
We
will
let you see the
We're doing
expenses.
another election, spending more money on printing. Who screwed up?
The
It was
printing is going to be covered by people.
Is he paying for this?
There are
Is he
people.
paying for the second half, please?
Is who paying?
The printer, if he screwed it
The
up.
printer is not paying, but we have had some
We're
residents step
paying
up.
again- We're paying again?
No, you're not. There are
We're doing it
donations.
for free?
There are if you let me speak, there are residents that are donating money to have it reprinted.
The whole thing?
Yes.
We're not paying nothing?
No,
I'd like to see that.
you will.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, everyone. I know you guys know who I am. I'm Jamie Bruce. And I just want to clarify something that was said, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. The money that was moved from Spectrum went into an operating account. That money moved from an operating account to reserve without any board approval. It was 2 men, Richard and Dave. That money, when it got moved from operating to reserve, It can no longer ever go back to operating, ever. It becomes reserve money. Ever. It should never have been moved without a board vote or a community vote. And the fact that it's being said that it saved $300,000 is wrong. Those taxes have not been done yet. I don't know where you got that from, but it's wrong.
I said, if I
Let me
can,
finish.
I'll
I'm not
let
done.
you finish. I'll let you
I'm
finish.
not done. From there, the only good news that happened from that is that we get credit for that money movement, period. So in 2024, there were a couple reserve payments that did not get made. 2025, same thing happened. We didn't have the money to do it, but it covers because of that Spectrum money. In 2026, we have made 3 of those payments. So we went in and made those payments. Everything has been caught up because of that money move. So we can call it what we want. We can say whatever we want, but the money got moved without any type of approval. 2 gentlemen took it upon themselves to move that money without the community's approval. It got moved. Now we can just say we got the credit for it. That's it. There was no $300,000 savings. I haven't seen that. I work with the accountant and the CPA every single week. They've never said anything to me about that. We haven't even talked about that yet.
Okay, have you talked to Michael DeMars?
I
I
don't
want to
even know
know,
who
have
that
you
is.
talked to Michael DeMars?
Don't know who that is.
Okay, then I think you should
Who
do
is that?
more research. He was our auditor back then, okay? And you should talk to him, and
Okay.
you should also talk to David Henry, and you should talk to our attorney, because all of them work together, okay?
Okay.
All I was the person that moved the money per their direction. Do you
I hope you have
understand?
proof
Do
of
you understand that?
Oh, I
Okay.
understand that you are the person
Is
that
there
moves the
is
money.
there theft involved? Was there theft involved? Can you tell me if there was theft involved?
To what? The money movement?
Yeah,
No.
tell me. Thank
No,
you.
that
Thank
money
you.
clearly went from operating to a reserve account. I never said anything about theft, so please don't put words in my mouth. Secondly, if you moved money, I hope you got proof of that somebody else gave you the information for it, because it should not have been done. And I don't know who you're talking about, but I've been an accountant for 18 years. They wouldn't give you that kind of information without some type of paperwork that I have not seen.
Well, then you're going to have to find it. Same like I want the paperwork that shows that our attorney gave Jerry Foster and Val Stratton 3-year terms. That's
Okay,
another
I don't-
legal. That's
listen,
another legal
listen,
issue
you're pivoting,
that there's
and
no
I'm-
proof of. That there's no proof of.
Okay.
If you know,
So I'm going to tell you right now,
So you know,
you're pivoting the
you're
conversation.
yelling at me.
No.
I'm just telling
No,
you.
I'm annoyed
nice.
because you keep
You're
telling the
annoyed.
community you saved them $300,000 when you did.
That's what was told by Michael DeMars, who was our auditor at the time. And, you know, if you can't find things because all the stuff's messed up in there.
You keep saying
hey,
that things are
I'm
messed up.
sorry.
I
I'm
assure you
sorry.
they're not, because I've
Well-
been in the QuickBooks since July, and I can assure you they're not.
Well, I'm not yelling, you know.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
Anna Webster, Unit 4. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't want to come to this meeting today, but I'm going to say to your board, why was Richard given the authority to move any money? No.
It wasn't.
And if you go back to the rules and regulations, during my presidency, we set up a precedent for the treasurer. No money was to be moved, put into CDs or anything without the approval of the board. And that's part of your problem today. When the next board came on, they completely ignored. We did it to protect our money and Brookridge. And now I'm hearing that a director, I don't get up here and do this, but I am angry that this has happened, because Directors are not authorized to move a damn thing. Thank you.
Lucille Dwyer, Unit 4. I realize that things are getting a little heated. Accepted, because people have got to get through all this and do better. The only thing I have a question of, and I meant to talk about it, this investigation about whatever, there were so many things seemingly. Are you saying that now the detective and sheriff is not involved with that investigation?
They're still involved. They're waiting for information. It's like it's on hold, and the forensic audit has to be done. They've gathered their information. Now they want the forensic audit to back up what they have.
Okay, and is that something that is going to be happening soon, the culmination?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're currently working on getting a company in to do that forensic audit. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not opening a can of worms, but some of us understood when there was seemingly money saved that what happened was they were able to do things differently. Who did it? I don't know exactly. But the reason that type of money was saved was because we categorized it differently and we didn't have to pay taxes on that money.
So yes, the answer is yes to that. If it's in operating, you would pay taxes on that money. However, if you move it into a reserve account, it can no longer ever be touched again into an operating account unless it's approved from the board to have that money spent.
Right.
So when that money got moved from operating to reserves, that becomes just a large reserve payment at that point.
Correct.
Whether you're saving money or not, it still has to be a board vote. The lawyer and everybody involved knew that. That's not something, it's not incompetence. That's very standard across the board. Everybody in this community knows that happens.
Okay, so there was more than one person to point fingers at.
Apparently.
Yes, everybody should realize not a person messed that up.
He mentioned a couple people.
Okay, and basically, I think that 300 or whatever keeps rolling around up in the air. I think that was because we didn't have to pay taxes on it, because at one time there was a mention that there might be that much money that has to be spent for tax. Right.
So we don't have a number, and for a number to just be thrown out there to be stuck on a wall is wrong, because we don't know a number yet.
Right.
And we're still working on that number.
And that's good to hear, that it's still moving and
Yeah.
there's no conclusion yet.
No.
So I hope people don't start pinpointing one person when it was really a bunch of people that kind of messed that up, if it was messed up in the first place.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sandy Hoos, Unit 3. I'm going to get away from this a little bit. It's still about money, but I'm real curious as to when our roads are going to be started. And if you're supposed to do a section of our road every year, we're like 2 years behind. This year we'll make 3 years. The money has to be in the reserve because it's been put there. Let's do the roads.
Jerry is working on getting the bids for the roads. Is that correct? Jerry, yes.
Okay.
Because we still have to get the bids.
I knew you were,
and all that.
you said that a month ago, and so
Jerry?
let's get out there and get these bids. I mean, we've had the same company, it seems like, for years.
How
and
many
years.
bids do we have so far? One.
Not working very hard. Got to find some people to do the work. Let's get out there and do it. I don't know anything about it, or I
Yeah.
would do some research, but I don't know anything about that. But if there's anybody in here that knows how to find people to do roads, volunteer and see what we can do. Okay? Because we definitely need these roads done. We're too far behind, and that money has still got to be there.
Jerry's saying, nodding yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Lucille from Unit 4. She just brought something up. Yes, I got the detail of how that area on Scepter was fixed. You'll know what I'm talking about, right? There were barriers there. There's still a little area that's being cordoned off. Why that? There's a hole in the
On
road.
Scepter?
Yes, there's a hole in the road right near where the cement and the asphalt meet.
Okay. After this, I'll go look because they said it was, to my knowledge, they said it was all fixed. So I don't know why.
I know, but probably they decided what they needed to fix got fixed. But then they left barriers, and for a good reason. There's a hole.
Okay, I'll go look at it and we'll get them back up here or have, I mean, I don't know what kind of hole it is yet. So I'll have the maintenance guys assess it and see if we have to get somebody else out here for a hole.
Yeah, the hole is asphalt, but it's right where the cement starts going down into the drain, into the.
Okay.
And it's still barrier. There's still a barrier there. So it's
Okay.
incomplete. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Brenda, you want to come up? Kelly. Okay. What do we got?
Marlene says, if we were told this is a federal investigation, why would they not be doing forensic audits? What has changed? Unit 4, Marlene Chas.
I don't know that we did say the FBI was involved, but the investigation was a Hernando Sheriff's Office investigation.
Then you have Brenda from Unit 6. Keep up the good work, board.
Thanks, Brenda from Unit 6. Thank you. Whoever keeps saying this, I hear this person out there. Would you like to come speak? I don't know who it is, but I hear this. Oh, you're a great board. Why don't you if you have something to say, hey, there's the podium, there's a mic, let's have at it. I know. There's all these naysayers never want to have a spotlight on them. Well, you keep saying something, so you must have something to say. Crazy.
He was not the person speaking out. So.
Oh, I don't know. I know.
This is what I'm telling you. He is not the person that spoke out. Thank you.
So the person that spoke out is now silent. Okay.
May I
Silence
ask
is
one
golden.
other-
I was gonna.
Jane, respectfully, may I
Yes,
ask you-
absolutely.
Okay. The question I'd like to ask you is well, I'll wait until you're done talking to Roberta. No, I didn't want to interrupt. All I wanted to ask just simply is at this April 22nd meeting, are we going to have one of our attorneys there at that meeting? Do you know?
I am not going to go pick him up personally, but we have asked him to please be there.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's no other comments, nobody else wants to come to the podium, I'm going to adjourn the meeting at 11:04.